Hello and welcome. I thought it'd be fun to give this game a little go. It's called Chrontraption, and it's another time travel game from Connector, who also made Trays and Twos. I think this is quite a short thing. I think it's just like this one screen puzzle, but it's such a fun little idea that I thought it'd be nice to give it a go. I don't know exactly how you're supposed to solve it, but my understanding is there's these like four things I can hover over. This thing, which I think is kind of like the main thing, or maybe there's not really a main thing. From like the little animations I've seen of this, I think a ball comes out of here and then like enters that one as well. And I've been thinking of that as like the main thing that's happening, but maybe it's not, I don't know. We've got this, got that, and we've got this. I'm going to be putting them on this timeline on the right. So the timeline has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spaces. And it said something in the description, but I didn't quite get it. It says something like this being, like the time that you put it at is where the thing appears from the future. So I think I'm just going to have to experiment and like put things down and see what happens. So let's just do this one first. So if I put that at the beginning and press start, what happens? Okay, a ball comes out, it drops down, goes in the cup, and it lands there. And there's this like electricity that's going there. Okay, what does this say? Paradox, this marble was received from the future, but no marble traveled back to this point in time. I guess there's no audio? I haven't really thought about that. Let me just double check that there's not supposed to be audio. I guess there's not supposed to be audio? I don't know. Whatever. I couldn't find anything about audio. So, okay, so what did it say? The marble was retrieved from the future. Right, so the time that I put it in is when it's received from the future. Like it's coming out of the thing, and it needs to, at some point later on, travel back in time to there. Which means entering that, I believe. That's why that electricity is going. How do I like make it go again? Oh, okay, like this. So that electricity, I remember thinking about this just from looking at the videos I'd seen of it. That looks like it's going from there to there, but I think that the way you're actually supposed to interpret that is that is the thing that's going to be entering this, heading back in time along there, and it looks like it's going that direction because we're obviously looking at it in forward time, but in reverse time, that thing is moving back along the wire back to this. So that it almost is what's going to be the marble going back along the wire. At least that's how I'm interpreting it. Okay, so right now that gets stuck there. So this is going to be like, it feels like it's going to be a bit like those Grow games. Is that what they were called? What was the developer called? I don't remember. Where you just sort of like interact with stuff and see if you can make something good happen and then try and piece it together into a solution at some point. Okay, so let's just try each thing, see what they do, and see if we can get them to interact in some way. So this is a larger ball that rolls down that way, also goes in the cup. Okay, so if that went first, then the other thing went. Okay, quite a few things happened there. Also knocked the padlock off there, and this rolled down. And then it hit the car, but the car is one of the items. So let's see what that does in a bit. Let me just double check this. So when I did this, right, this landed on here and tilted it that way. So we could make that ball go the other direction because right now this gets stuck here. So maybe you want to go first, but we'll do them one at a time for now. You, what on earth are you? Not that I understood what these were. Actually, why is that like that? Like, what's going on here? Why is there a big handle at the bottom? Is it going to like swing around or something at some point? Okay. I cannot tell what that just did. Did that just light the candle? That's okay. Hold on, I'm gonna need to watch that again. Multiple things were happening there. What happens at the very beginning? Okay, so those are fuses. Oh, is one of them like a back in time fuse? Because one of them's like burning and the other one's unburning. So there's a fuse that's going up here to this candle that burns that, which is attached to this device. I think this is going to swing. Like that's going to release it or something. Maybe? I don't know. What on earth is this doing then? This is it. This is something, a fuse burning back in time, which means it's starting here later on and going that way. What about this fuse? What's with that? Did that do anything? Did that just stay unburnt the whole time? Curious. So that probably is going to connect to something, or like connect to the candle. Like, how could that happen? I don't know. I don't know. And the car. Let's see what the car does. Okay. Okay. So the car appears here and then speeds off. If that ramp were down, the car would go up and do something. Maybe it wouldn't just fly away up there. Okay, we need to start like making them interact with each other. So my first thing was make you go first, then make you go. So that's tilted. Now we can see what this ball does in this direction. Oh. Oh, so that, I wonder if that could fall if something hit it hard enough. I need to see that again. So that's rolling, that goes down that way. These both land on here. Yeah, look, that's about to tilt. These both land on here, that knocks that down. Ooh, okay, that landed in there. But it needs to land in there when the sparks arrive there, right? Did it? It's like maybe that's satisfied with the current timing. Yeah, look, the timing's good there. Okay. So as long as that marble goes down the left way, we're good. And we only have a paradox on this. This ball was received from the future, but no ball traveled to the past. How do you travel to the past with this thing? Oh, does this tilt down and we go in the other side of it or something? That could be how that works. Okay. What did the paradoxes say for the other two things? This one. Like, what is the paradox here? I guess it's where did this come from? Like, what lit this fuse? I guess, but can't it just be this? A burning spark was received from the future, but no spark entered the time-reversing gears at the right time. What? A burning spark was received from the future, but no spark entered the time-reversing gears at the right time. So what is a spark received from the future? Is that the spark that goes to the candle? Like, I noticed the yellow and blue things. Oh, I think I see. Okay. Is this going to get lit? It's going to go in there. This is it traveling back in time. So this is actually a spark going, yeah, of course, it's a spark going this way from later on. Okay, so what's happening is I'm going to light this, it's going to go in there, it's going to go along the blue thing, out the yellow thing, and once it comes out the yellow thing, it's going back in time along there, and then it goes in the yellow thing and out the blue thing, and it's going forward in time at that point. Interesting. What weird little devices. Okay, that's understood. Now the car, what did you say? I don't think I read the message. Paradox, this car was received from somewhere else in time, but at no point was a car sent in time. Okay. I actually don't even know how I'm going to send you in time. I'm out of devices, unless like you can fall into this. Okay, let's just start seeing how things interact. Like, I don't even know how the car's going to start moving. Also, to knock this over, I feel like I need something heavier, like that ball to go that way. So why don't I, sorry, this ball to go that way. So why don't I do you first and then you, even though that messes up the marble situation. Okay, so that's going to knock that over. Oh, not completely because that hasn't burnt. Okay, so I want that to happen later than, let's move these along. I need the burning to start. So that's done. I mean, so there definitely could be less time between these two things. Oh, that hits the car. Holy moly. So those two things are satisfied at this point. This marble was received from the future, but no marble traveled back. Okay, so right now the marble, let's follow the marble. What happened to that? It's down this way, because it gets stuck in here, right? Yes, okay. Makes sense. Is the car traveling back in time just because it's moving fast? Right, that's probably what's going on. It's a DeLorean style thing. Maybe. So like if I just have the car exist. Oh, and that's gonna light that. I get it. Okay, that lights the fuse here. How are they gonna help with the ball going the wrong way? Anyway, well, let's put this in. So that needs to. So the place that I put this is when it appears from the future. So why do I care about when that is? Why do I care about when that is? You start moving, the car starts moving when this swings round, which is effectively relative to this. Let's do it again. In fact, let's move these close together. I don't see there's any reason not to. Oh, that still works. Okay, it doesn't matter that there's a delay, like you're still unbalanced so that when the thing breaks you fall. Yeah, you're still unhappy, that's fine. So somehow the car helps? Let's just put the car in, see what happens. Okay, a car appears. Interesting. So I think the car's happy. Everything's happy except you. And you're not happy because of this. So how on earth could I fix that? Because you need to go that way. So one ball's going to go one way, the other one's going to go the other way. I want the car to go up this. Can this car hit the other car? Oh no, this car keeps moving because it's coming from the future, and it's already moving. So I want that to go up there. That's going to knock that back out. I see what's going to happen. So right now, this falling, when is that relative to? It's this ball coming down here. So ultimately, it's this. So the car needs to appear much later. I didn't really look when it was happening. But now that ball's going to be late. Okay, much later. So now I've got like a relationship between these two things. This hammer-shaped thing and the car. I think. That appears like it's up there, that knocks that out of there. Okay, that means this needs to be later. I know these two need to be in this order, so we can shift these up, maybe? But that maybe messes up the timing of the burning. Let's try this. Oh, now they're going the wrong way. Hold on. Why? Oh, I've messed up what's what. Uh-oh. Where did I have things? Is there an undo? There's no undo. I think I messed up what each thing was. What was I doing? I was shifting those two. I think I did that, right? I moved that later. It's these two that need to stay in order. Yeah, you and you. The requirement there is that the marble hits that first. So that's as close as those can be. Can't swap them over. Can put them further away, that would be fine. but the time between this and the car need to be smaller. Well, that's interesting then, isn't it? Yeah, this and the car need to be close together so that the car can hit that and you can get into there in time, so that the marble can get into the teleport thing in time. But if I like compress these closer, then everything else is going to be messed up. Yeah, like that car's not going to go up there anymore. So these have to be at least this far away, but that has to be closer? Unless there's some other way of making this fall earlier. One thing I'm not thinking about yet is the timing of this lighting that. You move when that goes. Oh god, so this is like a weird cyclic thing. Like, this is being released by this being burnt, which is moving the car, which is lighting the fuse, which is then burning the rope to drop the thing, and so on. Okay. What am I missing here? Something about, like, am I correct? Like, if everything interacts with in the way that I think it does, am I correct about the fact that these two need to be this far apart? Why? Because it's that releases the ball. And the ball makes its way down, and the ball drops this. And the marble can drop that, but I don't think I want it to, because I don't want the marble to be down here. Except the marble does drop through the bars, doesn't it? Is it possible the marble is going that way? But then this exists for a reason, right? The car is supposed to hit this to make the marble jump out. And the ball would just like doesn't even fall into this gap. Okay. That needs to hit that fuse. Okay, so what time does this need to be lit relative to the start point? Now? Like towards the end. Like I was thinking like I could maybe focus on the ticks there, but I don't think they quite align with anything. Not really. Like, no, they don't align with the timeline either. So then, like at the end. So that means the car needs to light the fuse. But I mean, I don't really have any control over that, right? Because like this is the same thing that's causing those two things. This burning, that lights the fuse, that goes in there. So the timing there is good, right? Yeah. So those two need to be relative to each other as they currently are. Well, no. That is basically doing itself, because that doesn't do the timing of that swinging down. That's going to swing down when the thing is burnt. So that is synced up with itself just fine. My problem is just the marble. But these can't go a different way around, because then everything goes the wrong way. Yeah, everything's bad at this point, because that has to go that way. It has to hit that. But what happens if I move these two above and that below? Trying to keep an eye on everything. That burns. Car goes. Yeah, this is way too late. Like, the car has to go earlier relative to that. Like, it's like now already. So the car would have to be like here. But the thing hasn't dropped yet. That takes a long time to drop. So even if I move that like one space up, ooh, that loses the other thing. I think there's some interaction here that I don't know. Perhaps. That takes a long time to get down there, so the car has to be after that. But those two have to be close to each other. Ish. How close? That close? I don't know. But now this is going that way. Whoa. Whoa, the car can hit the ball as it's rolling down. That's interesting. There's no other way this is going to tilt, right? Except from that ball hitting it. Can't believe this all interacts in a completely different way from this setup. What else would make you tilt? Nothing. What else would make the ball go this way? Nothing. Well, yeah, only the fact that that's changed direction. So those have to go that way around. Oh, I don't like that it... If I drag one onto the other, I think I should swap them over. Okay. Marble, ball. But like, there's like no time for that to roll all the way down to be able to knock the marble over. There's so many problems with this. Okay, I need a new interaction. What else can happen differently? Now the car can't really interact with much, except for the fact that it goes up the ramp. But like nothing much else changes down here. The car either goes that way or it goes up the ramp. And it hits this. What if it hits what if it hits this as the marble's like here? So it never even goes into the thing. Can I just set that up, I guess? Like, I know a million other things will go wrong, but maybe I don't need the fuse for that. I don't need the fuse for that. So you release. These are going to go the wrong way. Except I don't actually care if you... I do care if you go that way, because that needs to be knocked over. The thing I don't care about is the marble. The marble can go either direction, it falls into the thing. But obviously I want to get it stuck here and then knock it out. Move the car one space later. Oh, reset. You spawn. Car goes up there, knocks that out. But you've taken way too long. So that route for the marble's bad, effectively. Unless there's some way to like drop this earlier, which there is, because in fact I want you to go first. No, I don't want you to go first. I want you to go the other way around. Is there some other way of knocking this over? How would that work? No, there's like that has to go that way around. The other two things do not affect this seesaw in the middle. Why is there a second candle? When the car goes up, hits that. It's too slow. Like the earliest time the car could go, I think, was probably the previous turn. But like the spark is already there. Opens, it closes. But those can't go the other way around. Huh. How to deal with that? Some other trick here. Can't put two on the same time. Like, what happens if I just like put some of this stuff much later? I don't see how it would help, but like I could drop that. No, that gets dropped by the big ball hitting it. So I was gonna say I could drop that before I release the big ball, but no, I can't because the ball has to be released, and this is when the ball gets released. Okay, what happens if I leave it later though? Okay, ball, go. I mean, it's not going to get very far, are you? There's no way you could already be flipped. Okay, how many turns does this take? So you're released on that turn. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This drops on that turn. So exactly what I've got right now. That's the closest that and the car can be together. Yeah, because I don't have the fuse set up right now. Like, nothing's going to work. But my problem is this. The timing on this can't work because the timing between releasing the ball and it going into there needs to be much shorter. So how do I get the ball there faster? If it rolls down the other way, it does that. But it's not going to roll down the other way. Because the thing's tilted over. Wait, why am I saying those can't go the other way around? Because then that ball goes down that way. Is there some other way of knocking this over? But that is an interesting interaction. Does that do something somehow? But one of these balls is going to go one way, the other one's going to go the other way. Well, if the car's really early, I don't see how that would do anything interesting, but I mean, it just drives off. Clearly that ramp has to be down. What on earth could I be missing? Some hidden interaction. Is there some interaction between the fuses and the other devices or the balls or something? Like, what if I I don't know, mess about with where you and you are relative to each other? I don't see how this would affect it. What? Why do you need to fall over to hit the car? The car needs to move at some point. The car doesn't move unless you fall over. For you to fall over, the big ball has to go down that way. For the big ball to go down that way, this has to have been tilted to the right. The only way to tilt it to the right is for you to go first and then for you to go. You go to the right, you go to the left. You are now stuck in here. That means you need to be knocked out of there, like now. How? The car would have to appear, but the ball would have to be down there. To knock this over. Does this ever get knocked over by anything else? It's just the big ball that knocks over, right? Or does this knock over as well? Oh, not if it goes down that way, I guess. So I'd have to at least put these the other way around. So if you go down that way, you don't even really go in the cup. Okay, the big ball knocks it over either way. But it doesn't knock this over. That's my issue then. Does that let me do the car at a different time? Let's just like go with this and see if somehow it leads to some other way of this falling over. So the car could go on that turn. And this no longer needs assistance. So actually, why would they even send the car up there in the first place? Yeah, that makes no sense. But the reason I'm sending a car up here is to hit this, to get the marble out of here. But the marble's gone the other way. Huh? Well, that's the best timing that can happen here, but then this misses its appointment. Is there something about what the fuse does that I don't get? Like, that's just slower than that, so how can this possibly work? No ball travel to the past. How's the ball travel to the past? Oh yeah, that has to be down already. So like, yeah, so these need to switch around. Yes, now the ball can go in there. Let's watch that again. What went wrong? That goes in there, that goes in there, that hits that, that's burning. That sent the car. I mean, that's the main thing. Yeah, that's the only thing that's gone wrong. I mean, let's just put you later. But I can't put you after that. I'm going to do it anyway. Just going to do it anyway. Hey, I got that one through, but not any of the others. I'm just having to experiment now because I'm not totally sure what I'm missing. The car's going to be bad there, isn't it? Oh no, it was fine. It's just it didn't go with the ramp to hit that. So the issue right now is that this lands in here and the car does not lift it up because these are too because this and the car are too close together. How could this be different? This has got me stumped. This has got me very stumped. Like, everything makes... Like, I feel like I have a use for everything, right? Well, I guess that this is, like, maybe more complicated than it needed to be. Why is there a cup there that does that? And why is there an interaction where I can send the car up the ramp and it hits this and it hits the cup? What would that ever do for me? Like, if there were a ball in there, but if a ball goes in there, it falls down. This needs to get down here faster. If it gets stuck in here, it needs to be going up already. Therefore, the ball already needs to be down. I've hit that. The ball can't be already down. Well, it can, but then it hasn't gone the left way, which it needs to go to hit the thing. What? There's nothing else I can interact with, right? Okay, let's just try other completely random orders and see if anything interesting happens. Surely not if I start the fuse that late. Surely sending the car with nothing in front of it is always going to be bad. Yep. I mean, obviously it's bad if nothing's happening at the beginning. So let's just like throw a bunch of stuff in the beginning and see what happens. Car. Okay, you did nothing useful. You dropped out. You went there. It's all still the same, basically. That's drops. The car's gone. That's lit. Okay, that's in time. Yeah, because that's always in time with itself. As long as this drops. So again, it's this. So actually everything else was satisfied there except this. The problem is that this requires the car to appear while the ramp is down. But then these two can't swap over. The car has to be later. Those have to be further away. Are these far enough away? No. In fact, I feel like the thing and the car clip through each other then. It has to be there. It has to be there. I am confused. I must be like completely on the wrong path. Like, is there a completely dead end path here? And that somehow there's some other way of knocking this down? What would that way be? Can't get the car to hit it. Does that fall? Maybe if the thing's already burnt? It's possible, I guess. So if you're burnt and the small ball hits that, does that make it go? They're going to go the wrong way at the moment. That would be weird. The physics of that I don't think would make sense. Yeah, it doesn't go. As expected. Okay, what else is there to do? How else can this fall? Or how else can the marble like skip this, I guess? But then there'd be no point for the ramp at all. Like the spark from this just goes at a certain rate, right? Yeah, so there's like a race here. Like you need to get to that at the same time as the spark gets to that. Which happens if the ball goes down that way. But then that means the other ball is not going down that way, and that means that's not falling over. I can't get them both to go down the same way. Can I? I have to tilt it back. Can't grab onto it with my hand. I mean, let's just try like other arrangements of these. I don't see why it would make a difference, but because the spark's already there. There's no way I can like persistently change this. The seesaw, I can't make it go to the right at the start. That'd be nice. Can't make this jump up and hit that. It kind of needs to roll down that way, right? Which only happens if that tilts that way. But then the timing's bad, because this needs to have gone all the way down there way earlier. Like, how do I make you go faster? There's just some interaction here that I don't know, but I don't know in what other order I could like put these that I would discover some other interaction. You can't put the same thing. Oh, you can put the same thing in multiple times. What does that mean? Okay, what? What? Okay, that was not an interaction that I expected to be able to work. Oh no, okay. Well, that changes things. That means multiple things are coming. Okay. I wonder if it says it in the description. I just shouldn't. I just should have read it in more detail. Okay. That does change things a lot. So that means you can go that way. A ball can go that way, and a ball can go that way. We could send out 2 of these. Why 2? Because one of them gets down faster. In fact, we can send one. Okay, yep. Do this. We can do this. Oh, interesting. Okay, so you're going to make that go that way, but we also want you to go that way, I think? Or do we? No, maybe we just want you to go this way, and then we want a... We do eventually want to knock you over. But knocking that down early is probably good, so that we can beat this. So the first one's going to the right. Do I want the ball to be going? I bet I do want that to be going to the right. So let's send 2 of these and then you. Wait, that did not do what I was thinking it would do. So you've gone that way. Oh wait, what? What's wrong with you? Why do you not even start? Oh, this time machine is single use only. So what? Which ones aren't? That one's not? Why? Weird. So this is single use only, all right? So only one of these is going down, so it is going to the left and it's hitting that. Okay. Therefore, this has to be tilting the other way first. So we are sending down a marble first, which means it's ending up in here, which is probably the one that's going to get hit out, but then we're sending another one at some point. We're sending another one at some point? Maybe we're not. How, like, okay, what's single use, what's not single use? Can I send 2 cars? One. I can send 2 cars. Don't know if I see a purpose for it. Okay, surely I can't send 2 fuses. Like, what would that even mean? The fuse burns twice. Fuse. Time reversing gears are single use only. Okay. The car is not, and this is not. What does that mean? Okay. A ball needs to get to there. It might be that, like, oh, there's 2 balls going and they end up being the other one. Like, oh yeah, okay, so it's not going to be 2 balls that are going. It's going to be 1 ball that, like, goes back, becomes the other one, which means there can be a bigger gap between the 2, maybe. Okay, so if you go out and go into that cup, you can be the one that takes a long time. There can be another one that goes. In fact, if I send another one immediately after, do you roll on top of that thing? I don't know where the fuse needs to go right now. It's just sitting there. Okay, yeah, where do you go? Do you bounce along the top of it? You do. In which case you go straight into there. At a good time for the first spark, yeah? So that's the second ball is becoming the first spark. And then that one needs to become the next one. Yeah, okay, this makes the timing work out. Now the car does need to go, like, fairly late. Like somewhere like that. And that, I don't know, something like that. We'll see what doesn't work. Or does it all work? No, because that hasn't fallen yet. So the fuse needs to go earlier. Something like, oh, but I think these 2 need to be at the times they're at. Maybe the fuse goes first, like this. Maybe the car needs to go a bit later now. Fuse is gone. That's gonna burn. The car's gone. It's gone in there. Oh, the car needs to be later. I think I might be done. Whole thing I was missing was just, like, the fact that I could drop the things in multiple times. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yay! Thanks for playing. Thank you, Connexter. Yes, I can put multiple things in. What does it say on the page details? Let's find out. This Rube Goldberg contraption has twisted his full time machine, schedule the arrival of time traveling elements to create a consistent loop. Has played drag one of the 4 highlighted elements into timeline slots. It's when correct consistent time loop. It doesn't say. It does not say about be able to put it multiple times. So I guess that's meant to be a discovery at some point. I think I would rather have that spelled out more explicitly, just because it's like a. I don't know why I didn't really think of it. It's just I was just thinking that I'm scheduling these 4 things to happen. I should have thought about like what does happen if I drag it again, but like yeah, because I was thinking about it as like there's these 4 things that got to happen. I've got to put them on the timeline. I didn't really think about the fact that maybe something could go on there twice. So it wasn't that fun of a discovery to realize that. But the whole concept is really awesome. And it was fun to like piece together where everything had to be and find out the relations between things and what order they had to be in. But I clearly had some like paradox that I had to deal with, which is the fact that the ball and the like this clearly resolves that paradox. I'm like, oh well, the whatever this is, the hammer shaped thing and the marble thing had to go in like both orders. Well, yeah, now we've got them in both orders. It'd be interesting to watch the marbles because it's just one marble, right? So this marble goes down here. Oh gosh, this is gonna be hard to follow. But I think that is one marble ultimately. So the marble that's coming out at the beginning is going in. Is this one going in? And the second one that comes out is the one that's stuck in there going in. So if we follow this marble, it goes down here, it goes into this thing, it waits for a long time, it gets knocked out. That was the first marble that came out. That's going in, it's going to go back in time, and that's going to become the second marble, which rolls down, rolls over the top, goes in, and then comes out as the first marble and gets stuck and so on. Yeah, that's one marble rolling around interacting with itself. That's a really neat feature of that. If only I knew that I could place the 2 things. Okay, neat. I was expecting that to be like really short, and I guess it would be if you didn't get stuck on the fact that you can place 2 things. All right, that was fun. Very cool idea. It'd be actually quite interesting to see a game full of these kinds of things. Like, I'm sure you could do plenty of interesting things with different mechanisms and just like more elaborate setups as well. All right, cool. See you for the next game. Goodbye.